Hey everyone, Steve Young here. 2 days ago, I saw a Lucid Air Dream Edition being driven out in the wild in my own very backyard. This was a real car in the hands of a real customer who had paid real money for this vehicle. This was not a car shoot. This wasn't a car show. This wasn't a promo. No, this was the real deal. The topic of this video will be, now that I've had 2 days to let it sink in, my honest real world reaction to seeing this car out in the wild and what I'm going to do now with the Lucid portion of my portfolio. Okay, so just a couple disclaimers right off the top. I am a Lucid shareholder. Everything said here is simply my opinion. Nothing said here is professional advice. So 2 days ago, I was driving through a neighboring downtown. This is a setting that I'm very familiar with. This is a setting that I've driven through probably close to 10,000 times in my entire life. And I was not expecting any kind of surprises. It was just another normal day for me. And I was driving through and I saw this two-tone car. And it was absolutely gorgeous. And once it kind of dawned upon me what was happening is that this is a Lucid Air. I mean, to me, it was like seeing a celebrity out in public. Okay? But not like insert the name of your favorite celebrity here, but they're doing a video shoot and there are cameras and stuff like that. No. I mean, they're just like walking around, bumming out, just being a normal person. It's like, what are you doing here? So it caught me by surprise entirely. And number one, I was overcome with emotion. Okay? I pulled up next to the car. I rolled down the passenger side window. Thankfully, the owner, and who I assume is his son, was there. And there were other pedestrians there talking to the owner about the car. This is going to be a little bit important later. Okay? So I pull up to the car. I roll down my window. And I just blurt out, "You did it! You did it! You got the Lucid! Congratulations!" And he was a very nice man. He said, "Thank you, thank you." And I was blocking traffic at that point, and I went on with my day. Now, the rest of my day being the next 5 or 10, 15 minutes. So I stopped blocking traffic. I went to my favorite Volta charger. I plugged in, and I had a second to think about it. Okay? And I was sitting in my car was charging, and I was thinking to myself, okay, as of right now, there are 520 Lucid Air Dream Editions that have been made. There is one, a 3-minute walk from me right now. I may never get this chance ever again. Okay? Or it might be a very long time until I get this chance again. So my heart was kind of pumping at that point, and I made the decision that I'm going to reach out to this owner. So I wrote down a scribbled little note to him, my name, the name of this channel, my phone number, my email address, and I told him I want to interview him. Okay? Because my thought process was like this. There's 520 that have ever been made in the world. This car cost 175,000 US dollars. Okay? It is absolutely, for, let's just say, people who can afford a $175,000 car. And there's a very limited run of them as of this moment right now. How many of these cars, these $520 cars, 520 cars, have been exported outside of the United States for collectors? How many of these cars are now locked away in garages for, let's say, asset appreciation potential? And how many of these cars are actually being used out there on the road? And here is one in my very own backyard, a 3-minute walk away from me. and I'm not at least going to shoot my shot with the owner? No. So I mustered up some courage. I wrote down a note. I went to the car. Obviously the owner had left at that point. I shot the video that we're about to see in just a minute. And I slipped the note under his windshield. And then I went on with my day. Uh, it's been 2 days. I don't think that the owner is going to reach out to me, but there's a possibility that he might. If that does end up happening, please, if you want, press the subscribe button so you don't miss it. Okay, so here is the video that I posted a couple days ago. This is the entire video. And this portion is going to be my kind of real world reaction to seeing the car now that 2 days have gone by, to kind of let it soak in just a tiny bit. So I'm here in a town that I live nearby, and this is the first Lucid that I've seen kind of in the wild. Oh my God, this thing is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Looking at it now again, oh my goodness, it just... The thing that I paused the video right here. The thing that I kind of want to point out is that it is really different when you see it in real life. Like, if you're a Lucid shareholder, you've been following the company, you've been following the EV industry for a little while, when you see this car and you know what it represents and kind of all the hype that's been around it, when you see it with your own eyes, it's different, especially when you just kind of stumble across it, not when it's like kind of pre-planned, at least for me. The car is absolutely gorgeous in real life. The two-tone paint is gorgeous. I want to say that this was the black and the silver. I think it looks great. Let's continue on with the video. You can see it all the way around. The hubcaps. Oh, this is fucking... And this is one of the things that really stood out to me. When I was there kind of looking at the car and all of these reactions, these are my honest real world reactions. When I looked at the hubcaps, the aero wheels, these kind of plastic pieces right here, I know that in the video it kind of looks, I don't know, like plasticky, but it actually looks really nice and shiny and well done. In real life, it looks very elegant. I actually did not think that these were plastic. I thought that these were like actual rims. But I mean, most of EV vehicles like Teslas and everything else, they do have, and ID4s, they do have these kind of inserts over here. I know with the ID4s, like this black insert, it's removable. It does make the car less aerodynamic. So that's the reason why manufacturers kind of almost cover up the wheel entirely. But look at this thing. It is just gorgeous. This is the thing that really stood out to me. It's the Dream Edition. There it is. Up until that point, I had not known that this was the Dream Edition. They're going to make a lot of different models and a lot of different trims for the Lucid Air, but I believe that they're only making 520 Dream Editions. I could be wrong. Or maybe they're only doing an initial run of 520. But either way, I believe this is one of the 520, and here it is in my very own backyard, and I'm standing inches away from it. I mean, this thing looks fucking gorgeous on the outside. That is my honest real-world reaction. Pardon my French. You can sort of see it over here. And from the front, that hood, the design, it is absolutely mind-blowing when you see it in person. And now that I kind of get an opportunity to have it sink in for 2 days, what kind of astounds me is that as kind of blunt, I want to say, as this nose and grill and front is. This car is rated as the most aerodynamic car ever made, or one of the most aerodynamic cars ever made, and that blows my mind. That is a testament to Lucid's engineering. These kind of um, air vents over here that kind of cool down the wheels and cool down the brakes. I want to say that there's an air scoop right over here that has airflow going right through this area right over here. This car is absolutely unbelievable with the way that it's designed and how little drag coefficient that there is. Holy guacamole. This is the first one I've seen in the wild. We're in New Jersey right now. Gorgeous. What color is this? Is this black? I think it's the black. That's the black. Gorgeous. Okay. I kind of want to go back here just a tiny bit. I wonder how they like New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut have front license plate laws. I wonder how they're going to attach it there. I mean, obviously, it's going to. I mean, what are you going to do? The law is the law. I wonder how they're going to attach it there. I hope it's something more elegant than what Tesla does, which is, adhesive tape. If you've ever seen kind of like a Model Y out in the public where the owner didn't do like a super great job of putting the front license plate on, sometimes you can just tell it's crooked. So hopefully someone comes up with something that will be a little bit more elegant. Probably a little bit too early to say. There's only 520 again of these on the road, so a little bit too early to say. But those are my thoughts and opinions now that I've had a little time to think about this. Okay, so as I mentioned right at the start of this video, I am a Lucid shareholder, and Lucid currently makes up 2% of my portfolio. So how do I feel now that I've seen a Lucid Air out in the wild, in the hands of a real customer who paid real money for it? I think that for me, and this is just my own personal opinion, I am at a hold or I am at a buy. When I think about this car and the fact that they are actually rolling it off the assembly lines and getting it out to people in the real world, I feel like I should be stocking up more, especially since right now Lucid is kind of sort of flat. It's kind of at $22 to about $25. Lucid is going to roll out the Lucid Air Dream editions first, and then they're going to move down the line in terms of the other kinds of trim for the Lucid Air. Then they're going to roll out the Lucid Gravity, and then I assume that they'll want to come out with a Model 3 and Model Y competitor. So if you look at it in that way, if they're able to do this, I think $22 or $25 is probably going to be a bargain. Now, Elon Musk has said that, doing prototypes and everything is easy, and that doing production hell is incredibly difficult. Now, can they roll out thousands and tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of cars? That's yet to be seen, but Peter Rawlinson and his team seem to be the real deal. They seem to be following exactly in the footsteps of what Tesla has done. It looks like to me that they might be a real contender. Also, Lucid and Peter Rawlinson are the only companies that Elon Musk has kind of taken jabs at. There was some kind of dispute where Elon Musk was saying that no, Peter Rawlinson wasn't the principal engineer for the Model S, or he disputed it, but he hasn't said anything about Nikola Motors. He hasn't said anything about Rivian. He hasn't said anything about like Lordstown Motors or anything else. This is the only other company that he's kind of taking jabs at. So to me, I feel like maybe he thinks that they're the real deal, maybe that they could be a threat. And obviously the EV market, the automobile market as a whole, there's more than enough space for two main players. There could be a Honda and a Toyota. There can be a Mercedes-Benz and a BMW type of competition here, and there honestly should be. That's going to be what's best for the customer. Okay, so for myself as an investor, when they were just kind of rolling out these ideas, and I was looking through the credentials of the company, what kind of future they might have, they had not sold any cars at that point. I think that my average buying price for, okay, so as of right now, the stock price right now is $22.90. My average cost was $27.85. Okay. I've been dollar cost averaging into Lucid for quite some time. I stopped recently because it made up 2% of my portfolio. And I thought that for a car company like this, 2% might be just good enough. I didn't want to weigh it in my portfolio more than that. Tesla is 40% of my portfolio. So when Tesla has a good day, my portfolio has a spectacular day. And when Tesla is down, my entire portfolio is down. I still think that Tesla is going to become the number one leader because they have such a head start. I do think that there's also room for other players. Anyway, I'm kind of getting sidetracked here. We're not investing in these companies because they plan to sell these cars. We're investing in these companies because we expect them to sell these cars. And now Lucid is selling these cars. The same cannot really be said for Rivian, as I understand that Rivian has only sold cars to its employees. Nikola, I don't think so. Lordstown, I don't think so. GM, what do they have? The Bolt or the Volt? And that's been sidelined for a while because of like safety issues, battery safety issues. So really, you're talking about Tesla, their entire line of cars, and and Lucid, which, they're not like fully ramped up yet in any sort of way. They do have cars out on the streets though. So, and I could see myself driving one. So to me, it seems like Lucid is the real deal. It seems like there's really something happening here. So after seeing the car on the street in my own backyard, my conviction with this company, my conviction with this stock has gotten stronger. It's not a showroom. It's not a car show. It's not, lights, camera, action, a promo. This is the real deal. It's here. I can't believe it. So my conviction with the company has gotten stronger. If, as a part of my personal portfolio, if Lucid wasn't already 2%, let's just say it was 1% or just a little bit lower, or I wasn't invested in the company at all, I would be buying in right now. It's at 2%. If the company continues to grow, I can see it becoming 5% or 10% of my portfolio. And then personally, to me and my portfolio, that just might be a little bit too much. Tesla does make up 40% of my portfolio right now. And when I look at my portfolio and Tesla has a great day, my portfolio is just ripping upwards. And it's great. But when Tesla has a poor day, my portfolio is just slammed down. And I sort of like it and I sort of don't. I think that Tesla has a super bright future. I think that they're going to end up as number one. I think that they're going to become a $3 trillion or a $4 trillion company. But right now, at this time, when the market has a bad day, Tesla has a very bad day. And when the market has a good day, Tesla has a very good day. So the swings are a bit much for me right now. Now, the same can kind of sort of be said with Lucid, but with my own personal portfolio, since Lucid only makes up 2%, the swings, the effect on my portfolio, it's not as much. Now, Lucid is, of course, what? 10 years, probably behind Tesla. They don't have their own charging network. They don't have Dream Drive really up and running yet. There's a lot that they still need to accomplish. Can they accomplish it? I think so. I don't think that they're going to build out their own charging network. Probably miss the boat at this point. If they do, great. That's a whole other side business for them. But I don't think that's actually going to happen. But I think that they can ramp up and make the cars. I think Peter Rawlinson and his team are the real deal. I think that they're going to continue to expand and that they're going to open their factory in Saudi Arabia very soon. And they're going to be selling cars over there very soon. And they're only going to continue to ramp up. I think that the most difficult part, at least for now, is complete. And the next portion of it is going to be like really, really ramping up and making thousands, tens of thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands of cars. That's going to be the real test. And that's probably what, like 5-7 years down the road. But for myself as a Lucid investor, if I own 0 Lucid shares, I would be buying in right now, $22.90 per share as it stands right now. To me, this company has a bright future. I think that it can really compete and throw punches against Tesla. Okay, so that just about wraps it up for this video. Just kind of recap, seeing the car in person was wild. My conviction in the company has gotten stronger. If the company didn't already make up 2% of my portfolio, if it made up 0% of my portfolio, I would be buying in right now. I think for where I am right now, me personally, 2% is just right. I am, to be honest with you, I am kind of considering bumping it up to 5% or a little bit more, but I am definitely in the hold or the buy phase with Lucid right now. I think at $22.90, I think this company's the real deal. That car was astonishing. So that's just about going to wrap it up for this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. The owner, there's a possibility he might reach out to me. He probably took the note off of his $175,000 car and just like, Kobe in the garbage. But there's a possibility. So like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much.